And I hear the guy that runs Putnett Press talking to people here.
Well, I'm talking about poetry.
Yeah, well, do you want to actually hear some poetry? Because we're going to start an awesome feature.
Do we got a good poet?
I think we do.
Sure,
I think we can, I think we might have a great poet here tonight.
Who the hell is featured tonight?
This man, I would have said he's political, maybe existentialist, I'm not really sure, but I'm always thrilled and love to be able to think about the work that our feature this evening, Ned Haggard, has for us. So please, ladies and gentlemen, have a chance to be able to talk to him later. Give it up for our feature tonight. Ned, come on up
Do
here.
we have a good poet? Might.
I think we did.
Janet said, what do you want me to say about you? I said, well, I like fabulous. That was pretty good.
You're fabulous.
Thank you.
You're just fabulous. Why should
Oh, shucks, I'm so modest, but thank you. It's so true. Anyhow, I quit reading poetry because of this poem, and I decided to try it again. Because of the content. Revolution coming? Revolution, up the revolution, it's coming from police officers, whatever. Housewives, store clerks, tax preparers, attorneys, elderly and young, the in-between, middle-aged, varied walks of life. While the headlines drone, I forgot I like to sit down when I read. While the headlines drone, the usual verbiage, young congressional hopefuls dismiss Obama's budget. Ryan's budget passes House, will be dead in the Senate, and it all falls so firmly on increasingly deep ears. The S&P is looking at our AAA rating, not believing DC will provide anything other than smoke and mere political intrigue. While prosperity falls so firmly into the swollen coin purses of the wealthy, really very, very few. 1,210 individuals are worth $1 billion in the world of nearly 7 billion people. 1 billion of them Islamic, and 20% of those Islamic extremists. It's now, I guess, according to this current Forbes, I think it's 1,251 or something like that. Anyhow, the ranks of billionaires are swelling. Anyhow, Tiffany's sales figures are up, Walmart's down. The other day walking on a downtown street I overheard, I don't want to hear or read anything about the Koch brothers, or however you pronounce their name, Koch brothers. I just want them dead. I dismissed it as exaggeration, but later thinking realized the words were firmly spoken with fanged teeth. An experienced real estate broker commented property values are falling, but real estate taxes are going up. How? What's that? He's been a successful real estate broker for 26 years. At the gas pump last night, the owner of the neighboring car filling his tank said, "Look at that, $4.19 a gallon." That's not Libya, that's speculators. We're being ripped off. He grunted as he replaced the nozzle and closed his tank cover. His Cadillac CTS coupe was new, dark gunmetal gray, like his low ceiling mood. It gets good mileage, nearly 30 miles per gallon highway, but this I'll still be paying the same, maybe more than I did with my '07. He pointed again to the digital price marquee and getting in hurried on. College of Surgeons, a decal in his rear window. Item in the news, ExxonMobil earned 69% more during the first quarter of this year, 2011, than a year ago. The industry is attempting to keep a $4 billion annual tax subsidy. In D.C., Representative Paul Ryan's budget passed symbolically, but a pointed vote fuel for the neocons who are vowing to fight President Barack Obama's raising taxes on the wealthy, while seeking the death of Medicare and Medicaid, Social Security, a thorn via Ryan's budget wonder, and others competing and pending. After all, who should care? No provisions would accommodate changes in insurance rates, changes in medical costs. Ryan's budget would be tough luck once the annual dollar provisions for medical insurance would run out, but raise taxes on the wealthy? Hell no, let's fight raising taxes on those good folks. The ones who fatten political campaign chests, the ones who loophole exceptions on their earnings at the corporations they run. The ones who finance lobbyists for corporate loopholes, hell no, tread on the rich. Let's devise a new flag to fly beneath Old Glory. Don't tread on the wealthy. Let's shrink the middle class to nothing. Let's enlarge the ranks of the hapless, ever more hopelessly poor. Let's freeze opportunity. Let's build more prisons. Let them wander worthlessly, mouthing nothing is to no one there. Who cares? Technology will replace them. Who needs them? America, America, land of the brave, land of the free. Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free. The wretched refuse of your teeming shore. Ah, Emma Lazarus, if only you knew what has befallen the golden door. Save the rich, save the wealthy, piss on the rest. Russia was too large for a revolution. The stones of the Bastille would withstand any assault. The might of the British would crush the upstart colonists. GE made a profit in 2010 of $14.6 billion, but loophole, their international division realized the gains, and despite being part of an American corporation, GE didn't pay a dime. Ah, the might of lobbying power. Ah, the 5-4 decision opening the spigot completely on donations by whomever or whatever business without their identities ever even having to be known. It's proven a direct correlation exists between election results and the size of campaign chests. Lobbying might with no limit dollars in hand can forge loopholes that keep multiple billions tax-free. GE, just the tip of the corporate iceberg. IC indeed for millions. Thermal warmth for the very few. I hear a snore in D.C. I hear the growing anger of the poor. I hear the growing anger of the working class. I hear the growing anger of the middle class. I hear the song of the cash registers at Tiffany's. I hear the market is reviving for Ferraris. They took a dip after the Wall Street fiasco that nearly sank the world's economy. Rajart Aman, I can't pronounce that name, the Galleon hedge fund founder, under indictment for his part in the crisis on Wall Street insider trading, is expected to use his wealth well, $40 million for his legal defense. He was convicted. And what about corporate taxes? Do you hear the boardroom celebrations at American corporations with lobbying might, with coffers for subservient shills in government, with duplicitous friends on the Supreme Court, with mansions brightly lit while D.C. dances, imagining itself impervious? Will they wake up before the Bastille is torn down, stone for stone? Again, liberté, égalité, fraternité, the birth of modern democracy. Madame Defarge is knitting again. Will this become a country of, by, and for the people again, no matter how imperfectly? Don't tell me it is now. I'm not blind. I hear the empowered few celebrating their impunity before the law and behind high estate walls thinking they have it made. Revolution, what are the odds? Indeed, revolution is only in the mulling stage, and it's not too late to renew reverence for life, not greed. In D.C., visitors to the House Gallery were arrested for singing a variant of the Star-Spangled Banner. Voices are rising, lives are sinking, our bought-out leaders are taking aim, and I fear others are as well. Tsar Nicholas thought Russia far too large for a revolution. Marie Antoinette proclaimed, "Let them eat cake," before she lost her head. Nancy Reagan similarly said, "Let them eat chicken," before her husband lowered the taxes on nearly 50%, by nearly 50% on the wealthiest Americans. And what prosperity came and what prosperity went, from the pockets of the many to the pockets of the fewer than few. Who should eat cake? Who should eat chicken? All the many, the few. Who, America? Oh, America, where government of the people, by the people, for the people. Are you forever off your track, America? Just as an aside, obviously there are dated aspects to that poem. There's been an expansion of the revolution on the right. But has anybody read about Putin's ray guns that are in development that can alter thought, that he has vowed will be used against protesters? And the United States government's been working on similar things for 10 years.
I was still stuck on let them eat cake, let them eat chicken.
Huh?
I'm sorry, that was beautiful. No, that was awesome. No,
Well, thank you. Thank you.
that was awesome. One whole piece. Thank you.
This is called Carousel Cafe. An older woman, blonde, middle-aged, not diamond dipping, a bitch with lust greater than her vacancy, and younger man, maybe late 20s, sit, who knows, they talk and laugh, blue jeans pressing blue jeans, her lift 5 heels, heel strap and tight black jersey, washing machine faded to charcoal gray, telling informality and shapely pride, not slut style, no feminist statement or debatable whatever. They stroll away, laughing, pressing against one another, their mystery tale intact, lovers, I guess, but not really connected. A casual day, perhaps, intentions becoming refined or already defined. They stroll the store together comfortably, near yet apart. Love is noticeably absent. They are comfortable, perhaps, yet each seems to be looking, their attentions direction each away from the other. Abandon the table awaits, the wait isn't long. The 3 teenage girls and a younger man take seats, chat, laugh, listen, each amiably engaged, familiar yet casually self-conscious, wanting to impress, be mature. They pause, renew, laugh again. I'll be home all day tomorrow, you can call me then. One, maybe the most self-conscious of the 3, talks the most, tosses her hair from time to time. The others don't, stylizes the mimicry of parents, modeling maturity. The ways of cordial, engaging conversation. They all make offhanded comments surfacing the, of course, it's so assuredly obvious, presumptions upon others, known but absent. Apart, whether near or far, assigned group definition in progress. They anchor their sense of the world. They rise and leave. I am surprised at which girl the young man leaves with, the quiet blonde who seemed almost, if not in fact, to strategically await her engagement after scoping out the social arrangement, the patterns of exchange, instinctively, perhaps, and perhaps she, the brightest. The table awaits again, empty, cleared of cups and glasses, ready for the next wave of humanity, the next wave of graces in the ebb and flow of tidal life, each betraying a slice of story, a glimpse of biography, a movable tale of hopes, plans, and dreams. The Lazing Cafe knows more than it tells, each seat and table a stage, a page. And this is what I'm reading for. Thank you. This is actually a short story, and I'm reading this for what's your name?
Me?
Dementia here.
Janet?
Anyhow, Janet.
You're reading
My
for me?
apologies. The Haunting. How long? The man asked. The rumpled, suited man facing him pursed his lips in thought. It was an unusually balmy evening for early March, but then it had been an unusually mild winter. The predictions had been for a winter from hell. Thinking about it, the man mumbled, "They sure missed the mark on that one," as he carried another box from the house to the trunk of his car. He turned, startled as he caught sight of a tall and exaggerated, nearly cartoon-like figure with an orange floppy cap slink past quickly. The stranger looked at the man, eyes widening, startled, and hurried past the corner of the house. The man moved gingerly in electrified disbelief. The figure had been nearly surreal. He decided to chance it and hurried ahead, where he could see alongside the house. The figure was gone. It can't be my imagination, he thought, fear anxiously coursing his spine. He glanced again, but noted only silence and the light through the windows casting periodic vague illumination on the nighttime expanse of lawn bordering the side of the house. The man turned, glanced quickly back again, shrugged, then continued back to his boxes. He re-entered the house, the front outer door propped open, the interior door open opposite. Wariness cast a shadow, and he glanced around the mostly empty lower floor. He grabbed another stack of boxes and hefting them up, leaned back and made way outside. He slammed the trunk lid. The night had fallen completely now, not even a trace of light left. Only the garage lights and the house lights vaguely brightened the area of his lawn and driveway. Walking toward the house, he glimpsed another figure scurry more ominously around the corner of the house. The man thought, what the hell? And hurried, determined to see whatever it was. As he ran near the corner of his house, a sharp hammering pain caught his breath. He clasped his chest, sweating. He was unable to breathe and fell, half slumping to the ground. Don't know for sure, Mitch, the detective replied. Coroner suspects not long, maybe an hour or two tops. The neighbor called us about 45 minutes ago, reporting the lights having been on for an unusually long time. The one detective turned and started, then grinned. His distorted reflection moved across the glass of the propped open door. The other detective chuckled. Same thing happened to me, he said. Catches you off guard, doesn't it? The other detective nodded. The county paramedics lifted the gurney with the man's shrouded body and slipped it into the back of the ambulance, the gurney wheels collapsing beneath it as it slid in. One of the paramedics approached the detectives. Here's his cap. He fell on it when he dropped. The detective took the tan cap and nodded his thanks.
Oh, wow.
So, this is called Bistro at Day's End. The Little Sandwich Bistro, corporate and stylized, conveys what used to be unique. Now bottled in the designer pattern jar, but still the Spanish guitar, the soothing lilt, the subdued lighting massages the soul in the gentlest of ways, eases the day, brushes gently the night, like a woman at her dressing table tending her hair and watching the mirror, noting the rhythms of routine, reviewing her day, preparing her night. Europe drifts in imagery on the wings of the Spanish guitar, and nighttime folds the day into its darkness, tucked away till morning and the charged rush of day. Thank you. I sometimes like to write off of paintings, and this is off of a painting by Henri Matisse, Woman Before an Aquarium, 1921-23. Contemplating, eyes wide, settled on the water globe world, the goldfish, the woman's arms folded beneath her propped chin, sees? Sees what? The swim of foreign life, the soothing of thin water gently swirling, all but motionless. Wondering their lives and hers, mystery swims in her face, quietly fascinated. Maybe two more. This next one's short, the next one a little bit longer. After John Marin's Cityscape, circa 1910, another off of the painting. City shapes lost in detail, only colorful light and shadow play as fringes of dimensionality capturing towering hopes and dreams. Skyscraper monuments occupied, towers sheltering life. Sky behind, distant, its horizon nearly cityscape obscured, all but lost above. Eternal light gives way to dark, turning day page. And the final one's called Last Train, thank you. Last Train to Apocalypse, it's not that long. I read this as part of, as I think some of the other people here did too, in various locations. I read this up in Minneapolis as part of Stanford University's 100,000 Poets for Change. Last Train to Apocalypse. Last Train to Apocalypse, still in the station? Some say yes, some say no. This one may be more than the phantom illusion, many times come and many times gone. Last train to Apocalypse, the engine chugs, the wheels spin, the rails are set, the steel is hard, the steam hisses, the steam spits. Did that happen long ago? Or is it just a bad dream? Some say yes, and some say no. But no one can tell which question they're answering. Last train to Apocalypse, the conductor, he's handsome, he sure looks familiar. Is that Cary Grant, or is this an old grayscale movie? Or is it Mephistopheles? Could be a congressman, perhaps a senator, maybe an oil scan, or a stuntman riding the back of a wounded sperm whale. Then again, Harry Houdini reportedly had a wicked bad humor, and Orson Welles kept tricks up his sleeve. Last train to Apocalypse, what is that sickly sweet odor? Someone failed to take out the trash, or Holocaust ghost with no joke reminder? What came again once, coming round again, the same old vilest of sins, babies being cursed before their first catch-breath cry? Humanity hacked and diced with the meat cleaver of hate, while the villains laugh far beyond reach and celebrate the virtues of greed. Last train to Apocalypse, is it still in the station or scorching the tracks across the poisoned dead land? Last train to Apocalypse. Thank you.
I don't think that was loud enough. Give it up one more time for Ned Haggard. I was going to say if anybody had any questions for him, but he's leaving the stage because I was going to have a questioning time. But
No question.
he doesn't believe in questions.
I don't believe in answers.
Oh, well, I had thought of one already, and that was, why was that thing that you said that was about me, or dedicated to me, the one piece? Well, other than it being...
That was because you were sitting at the bar when I mentioned it. I said I wrote something about where I died, and you
Oh, okay. It was the death reference. It's all about death because it's what I seem to be so good at, talking about excessively or something. Oh, but
I
Ned
survived the inspiration.
I provide death inspiration. Awesome. Well, thank you very much, Ned, and thank everyone. Yeah. I don't have to be the only one to tell us for it. Awesome. Thank you. And
Ned has a book,
what?
Ned has a book.
Is it like
But I don't have it with
Is
me.
it like the kind you read?
Is it like the kind you read? What is the book about? Is it a new book or is it a
There is a new book coming, in fact, too, one of these years, but...
new book coming?
This is an old book, about 3 years old.
Well,
Weave of the Sea.
well, that's a shame I don't know more about it. I'm sorry.
You can buy it at the Poetry Fest.
There you go.
On the 28th.
On the 28th, you can buy it. Oh, yeah, people are talking about other dates. On the 28th, you can buy it at the Poetry Fest. And I'm looking here on Saturday, the 21st. We've got Cafe Mestizo. I feel bad because Vito didn't have anything to be able to read this evening, but he's got 4 features that are coming to 1738 West 18th Street off in Pilsen for his monthly extravaganza.
Where's the Poetry Fest?
Harold Washington
library.
Library, downtown Chicago.
Harold Washington Library, downtown Chicago. Sorry. You guys heard that. Sorry. So you heard that, now you know. And if anybody wants, and Vito, is Vito still here? I think he is. Yes, I see you. So if anyone wants to know anything, because I'm not even, I know that Jason Cavelli is one of the people here. The only reason why I remember that is because when I was listed, when I saw listed online on Facebook that I have a photo book, he's like, I'm going to have to buy one. I'm like, guess what? A color one's coming out in just a second. I'll have to get one. And he was very into that. So that would be an added incentive for me to come and bring extra copies of the black and white version of it. But there are a lot of cool readers that are going to be there for his monthly thing. So please check it out. And I have to tell you, in 2 weeks, because we don't get to be every week, in 2 weeks on April 25th, we've got the Poetic Unsub GPA. That's going to be our feature for in 2 weeks. Yeah, GPA. Awesome. He is a phenomenal. Well, he's just, it's probably because he memorizes, but it's just awesome to hear him. It's just great when he shows up. And then, in 2 weeks after that, not the first available date in May 9th, we've managed to get Oz Hardwick, who is a man from the UK. He's going to be in town, and he's going to have a feature in here for this, which is so cool. I'm sorry, it's just really cool. And he sounds awesome. Oh my God, I'm so thrilled. And then after that, I didn't even look, but I'm going to guess. Oh yeah, my handy dandy wonderful ultra cool psychic Bob Briscoe is a feature at the end of May on May 22nd. And if you want to know, I'm not going to tell you about future features because you're going to be like, I'm so bored. So go to chaoticr.org/the cafe. You have a full thing for the whole year for all of the features. Somebody said like 18 years in advance. Well, it's just this year because that's how we arrange things. Because we have short attention spans. We have to write things down to remember them. So, but thank you all so very much. Thank you. And I look forward to seeing each and every one of you and like 14 times more for, well, I don't know about that, but for our feature in 2 weeks. And thank you. Go get another drink, enjoy yourselves, and thank you again for coming to the Cabaret Gallery. Thank you.